One cool evening, after playing at the beach, Tochi and Kimani returned home to meet Grandma, who was sick. She was coughing and shaking. The kids were worried. Quickly, like little detectives, they ran into the woods to find special leaves to make Grandma feel better. They gave her the leaves, but she didn't get better. Then, other grown-ups in the village started coughing and shaking too. Tochi said, "Something's not right." So, the brave kids went back into the woods to find more help. This time, they met Baobab, the talking tree. The kids asked for his help, but Baobab said he couldn't fix it. But he knew a secret. He told them about a sparkly lake of life, hidden far away. Its water could make everyone healthy. But guess what? A big, scary snake with horns and red eyes guarded the lake. Some people thought it was just a story, but Tochi and Kimani were super brave. They walked and walked through the forest, day and night, until they found the shiny lake. They quickly scooped some water into their bottle. But then, the scary snake popped out. It was huge. Tochi and Kimani tried to run, but the snake chased them. It was trying to get them. Suddenly, Kimani saw a blue mark on the snake. She remembered seeing it in Grandpa's books. It was a magic mark for being super wise. If they could touch it, they could talk to wise spirits. Tochi started making silly faces to make the snake look away. While it was distracted, Kimani jumped on the snake's back. She touched the blue mark and poof, a bright white light flashed. Kimani went to a magical place. Then she came back, and guess what? The scary snake was now their friend. It even showed them a safe way to go home. Kimani told Tochi what the spirit said. Grandma wasn't sick from a normal cold. It was from the smoke when she cooked food on the fire. They needed to find a way to cook without smoke. Back in the village, they looked in Grandpa's books again. And guess what they found? A way to cook with the sun. They found big boxes and small boxes. They painted the inside of the small boxes black, like night. Then they put the black boxes inside the big ones with soft leaves and old clothes to keep them warm. Next, they used shiny paper to make sunny mirrors and stuck them on the big boxes. For a roof, they used clear bags, like little greenhouses. And just like that, they made their very own sun ovens. They put their pots of food inside and turned the shiny mirrors to the sun. Slowly, slowly, the sun cooked their food. No more smoky fires. The village learned that the sun was a super helper. And that's how everyone in Malaika village made their own sunny cookers and lived happily ever after, cooking with the power of the sun.